Well, guys, what we believed could happen is indeed happening. And that is the fact that Disney Plus, along with Seth Rogen, because his name is one of the names rumored to be attached to this. But yes, we are getting a Darkwing Duck reboot that is currently in development for Disney Plus. Now, right now, according to places like Variety.com and ComicBook.com, there is no writer just yet, but there are several names attached, that are rumored to be attached. That is, like Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, I think, Inc. And let me see. Hold on. For a sec, let me see. Doo-doo-doo. See. Let me see if I go to comic book. Comicbook.com, that is. Let's see. No, in fact, I'll Google it. But yeah, like I said, Seth Rogen is one of the names being rumored to be attached to this. Um, Evan Goldberg is another name. So Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and let's see. Yeah, this is what Variety pointed out. Variety reported this, that a Darkwing Duck reboot is in early development at Disney Plus. Excuse me there. This is what Variety says, and I quote: "A Darkwing Duck reboot is in early development at Disney Plus. Variety has learned from sources. No writer is currently attached to the project. No writer. Let me reread that. No writer is currently attached to the project, but sources say it will be executive produced by Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, James Weaver, and Alex McAtee of Point Grey Pictures. McAtee will oversee the project for the company." They said representatives of Point Grey Pictures, they did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Disney declined to comment as well. So, yeah. Point Grey Pictures, along with Evan Goldberg, James Weaver, Seth Rollins, and Alex McAtee, are rumored to be executive producing this reboot for Disney Plus. Now, we don't know if it's going to take place within the same continuity as DuckTales. One would assume it should, seeing as though DuckTales 2017 to current, or to present, if you will, kind of was the launching pad for it. So one would assume, like I said, one would assume that it should be within the same continuity. But yeah, this is some great news. And what this does as well, what this does as well, basically, is it opens the door for other potential Disney Afternoon shows to be rebooted. Remember, we've had Goofy, the Goof Troop version of Goofy, show up with nods to Max and Roxanne. We've had the Rescue Rangers show up. We've had acknowledgement of the Gummy Bears. We have Kit and Molly of Tailspin showing up. So the door is open. The door has basically been kicked down, in my opinion, for all these other possibilities to happen. I mean, we know we're getting a live-action CGI hybrid Rescue Ranger movie within the next year or so. You know, it's filming and starting next spring. But basically, yeah, it seems that this news right here, in my opinion, has broke down the door for every other Disney Afternoon possible remake or reboot to occur. In fact, according to a friend of mine online, Frank Hill, it's Frank, he even said there's rumor of a Fluffy Dogs animated series being in the works for Disney Plus as well. It's a rumor, not confirmed, but it's a rumor. Because Fluffy Dogs made a brief Easter egg cameo during the Let's Get Dangerous hour-long, two-part hour-long special a couple weeks ago, which basically served as the backdoor pilot for this reboot to finally occur. So yeah, that's what's so basically. So yeah, there's rumors about that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we get rumors of a Bonkers reboot to occur that could take place within the same universe and continuity as DuckTales. I won't be surprised with that because we saw him make a cameo appearance in video being attacked by the Fearsome Three, if you will, or three of the Fearsome Five. So, anyway, it looks really. So anyway, this looks and sounds really interesting. But now speculation is, when they do this reboot as a series, will they basically take the ideas of will they basically, I should say, revamp some of the original ideas or episodic ideas, I should say, from the original series? Will they revamp them for this new series? That's what I'm trying to say. Will they look at some of the episodic, stories back then in the original and remake them for this new one? I mean, one I know I'd be interested in seeing is another take on Slime OK, You're OK. Because, there is a fan base for that kind of a story. And to possibly see Gosling go through that again, but have a new take on it, would be really interesting. Would be, really interesting to see happen. But there's a lot more they could probably do nowadays. I mean, we know, for some of us that saw the episode, know that, Gosling becoming what she did because of her exposure to this slime mutation chemical, whatever it was, basically she became at the end a mindless slime creature, just a mindless slime creature. That's all she became. Now the question is, could they take advantage of that and not just still go that route, but maybe have her grow, like she becomes like a blob-like creature, and instead of like soap and water being the cure, it takes an actual antidote that they got to come up with, that they got to probably shoot at her to return her to normal. So, could they expand on that if they decided to revamp that episode idea for this new reboot? Could they revamp the Justice League Ducks, or Justice Ducks, if you will? Could they revamp that for, the new reboot? A lot of questions. A lot of ideas that they did in the original, you have to wonder, will they revamp it for, this new take on Darkwing Duck? I mean, if you got Seth Rogen possibly behind it, then I think him being who he is, the reputation he has, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he wants to go that route. Maybe he looks at that and says, hey, I want to do a new version of Slime Okay, You're Okay. Hey, I want to do a new take on Justice Ducks. Or, hey, I want to do a new take on Goslin becoming Quivering Quack. Or whatever. You know, could we see a new origin on, you know, Megavolt? Like, could we see this universe's version of Megavolt and Liquidator and Bushroot and, you know, and Quackerjack? Could we see origins for them and how they became bad guys? New takes, if you will. You know, just makes you wonder. It makes you speculate and wonder, you know, what they could do to make this similar but different in its own way. Could we see a new take on Morgana? Will Morgana be a bad girl through and through, or will she take on that Selena Kyle Catwoman-like persona where she's basically still looked at as a bad girl, but has a good heart and has good tendencies? Makes you wonder, makes you think. You know, will they, you know, how it makes you wonder and think, how will they present Morgana? So a lot of interesting questions and speculations and scenarios to still ponder and wonder about going into this. But yeah, this is just great news. Obviously, because, you know, Disney did mention, the people behind DuckTales did say, hey, we want to explore other reboots, and this is just an example of what they're talking about. And like I said, it opens the door for other reboots to potentially happen. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the Darkwing Duck reboot happening and the possibility that Seth Rogen could be one of the people behind it, you know, as an executive producer with the Point Grey, I think the Point Grey Pictures. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. But yeah, Darkwing Duck's coming back with a reboot, second one. So could that mean we're going to get more down the line? Who knows? But let me know what you think down below, and I'll talk to y'all later.